Hey Glam fam, welcome to today's video. We're testing out some new makeup. We're gonna do some speed reviews. I'm gonna show you some of the products that you guys were asking me about that I picked up in the last couple months, and I do have some prior B-roll footage on it. I'm gonna give you my thoughts behind it. We're just gonna have some fun. If you like videos like this, please give it a huge thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get glowing.
Put it bounce on the dance floor.
Alright guys, we're gonna jump right into it because I don't want to take too long in this video, and I just kind of want to give you my thoughts behind some of these products that you guys asked me to review, but I didn't quite get a video out on, nor did I really care for some of these products. Let's start off with the new Reformulated MAC 24-Hour Studio Fix Foundation. I had a lot of questions regarding this foundation, so I'm gonna jump into some B-roll that I already filmed and show you guys kind of that application, but I do want to touch on the details really fast in case some of you are like, what is this? I missed this release. So MAC reformulated their Studio Fix foundation, and it now retails for $44 US. You get about 1 ounce and 30 mils of products. So you're looking about $1.47 per mil. This is made in Canada, and I think it has a 12-month shelf life, but I will put it right there in case I'm wrong. So MAC's original matte foundation has been reformulated, remastered, however you want to say it, into more of a soft matte finish with 87% skincare ingredients now infused in it. It's easy to apply plump, now is available in 67 shades. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's tremendous for a foundation shade range. Let's quickly touch on some of the claims. You're getting 24-hour color true wear, non-cakey coverage, fragrance-free, free of animal-derived ingredients, and comes in now recyclable glass bottle packaging. Let's take a look at the full ingredient list. You have water as the first ingredient, trimethicone, dimethicone, all the methicones in there. You see willow bark extract and some other highlighted ingredients that really cater to that skincare loving type of product. There is sunscreen in here though, so I'm going to tell you guys right now it's SPF 15 and it is a chemical sunscreen. I had a really bad reaction to this foundation near my eye area. I put it way too high up. So I was going to do a full day wear test and show you guys what it looked like outside. I had to immediately wash this foundation off after I filmed that portion, which is why I didn't make it into a separate video. I don't know if it's the ingredients combined with the chemical sunscreen, but it was no bueno for me. But let's roll into the application process of that. Now, I was asked to try the skin tint. Well, I have the full review on this skin tint. Definitely check it out. But somebody asked me, one of our Glam Fam sisters asked me to try it underneath this foundation. So I did pick up another shade, and I picked up medium 1 just for when I get tan, because light 1 is very light in highlighting. So I want to try this medium 1 on camera. I haven't even tried it. I don't even know if this is gonna match me or not, but that is what it looks like. Very pretty. This is just like the same undertones, but one or a few notches up, according to the description. So this is like golden undertones, which beige with golden undertones, and I have the light one to highlight. Yeah, that one goes really beautiful as well. You can even put this one on your neck, your chest, however you want to do it. It gives such a beautiful glow to the skin. This reminds me a lot, almost like a thicker version of Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Used to love that stuff until I realized it broke me out like crazy. Now I'm showing you what light 1 looks like as a highlighter, and I actually like this one better. I like the medium 1, it's pretty, but I see the glow more with the light 1. So if you're a twinsy skin tone wise, I prefer that. So I did go with NC 20 because usually I'm NC 25, but this just looked like a better match for me. So I'm going to take 1 pump right there, and that is what that shade looks like in studio. The up close shots are going to be better because those are in more natural daylight out of my lights. So it is very peachy. I wish this was a little bit more neutral, but there's a lot of shades to choose from. It's just that I didn't really know, and I knew this is not one I was going to be able to even use after this video just because of the SPF in it. So, but we are testing it out for the Glam sisters. I am your guinea pig. You can smell a little bit of that SPF in there. I can, at least. There is a faint, even though this is supposed to be fragrance free, I do smell that SPF in there. So just so you guys know, there's a little bit of a little bit of a scent is what I'm trying to say. Applies very nicely. With the foundation like this, I personally like to go in first with my fingers. I think that's going to give you the most natural feel at first, and then you can kind of build as we go. Is this peeling? It's peeling a little bit. I can see it slightly clinging to some patches. So this is definitely not for my dry skin girls. Or I would say normal to oily, very oily would do a lot better with this foundation, but not for my skin type. Again, this is just one layer. It looks okay. It's not my favorite foundation, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but it's not made for my skin type. So just keep that in mind, or my preferences. This is just way too, it's just not my thing, but that's okay. I mean, there's a foundation out there for everyone. I'm gonna do one more small little pump, and we're just gonna go on the discolorization areas, and we're gonna use a brush this time and kind of pop that in. I'm just gonna kind of go through the T-zone right there, just taking the remainder and patting that in so it's not all over my hands. Let me take that off so I don't get messy. And I'm gonna take my MAC 171, 170. I love this foundation brush. This really kind of gives you really good coverage. I should have used this on the skin tint when I did that video, because this is a really good foundation brush when you really want that pigment to stay in there. For a synthetic brush, I should say. Just pressing it in. So yeah, definitely more coverage, and you're seeing that glow pop through only because I have the skin tint, which is glowy. I'm trying not to put too much around my eye area, because that's where chemical sunscreen really affects me. And remember, there's an SPF 15 as a reminder, bringing that down the neck. The color match is perfect, actually. That peach actually really goes well with my skin undertones. Kind of peach neutral is what I'm figuring out. I always thought it was olive, so I always lean towards olive, but no, this one really matches well. So NC20 is a good match if you are a twinsy to me. It's looking good. All right, you guys, let's pull you in close. Again, I was not able to wear this all the way through, but let's jump into the next product, and this is the new Natasha Denona. And I know it's not brand spanking new, but this was newer within the last few months, and this is her Hy-Glam powdered foundation. You guys know I'm a powdered girl, true to heart. I love my powdered foundations, but this one I was not impressed by. And number one, it has coconut oil in it, but we'll touch on that in just a second. But I just wasn't really that impressed by the formula. And remember, it's just me. Some people really love this powdered foundation. I personally did not think it was worth $55, and I love me some Natasha Denona. I love her shadows, but this one was a miss for me. This retails for $55 US. You get 0.44 ounces and 12.5 grams of product. It's really about $4.40 per gram. Now, I was not able to try the Hy-Glam concealer because that one was packed with coconut oil in it, but there was a huge sensation around it. So around the year mark, she decided to launch and introduce her Hy-Glam powdered foundation. So it's supposed to be kind of like a sister to the concealer. This blurring Flex Tech hybrid powder delivers a poreless, oil-controlled second skin finish while caring for your skin. It's available in 36 flex shades, and I went with N3, which was light neutral. I wasn't really impressed by the undertones of this shade range, but 36 is pretty good for a powdered foundation. I'm gonna give it to her on that. Let's touch on the features of this product. It's supposed to deliver a matte finish, hydrating fill, silky and blendable, flexible formula, lightweight and comfortable, natural finish, and medium to buildable coverage. One thing that did stand out to me, and I was really excited to even try it out, even though I knew this wasn't a powder I can personally use, is the biomimetic pigments that she uses. This flexible powder formula moves with your skin and is supposed to adjust to any irregularity without breaking or flaking, allowing for that airbrush looking results. So it's formulated without parabens, fragrance-free, mineral oil-free, talc-free for my girls out there that don't like to use talc. Let's take a look at the full ingredient list to show you guys why this is not a powder I would repurchase or ever use again. There is synthetic fluoride as the first ingredient, and then you see dimethicone, titanium dioxide, mica, but you do see caprylic capric triglyceride, aka coconut oil, derived from coconut oil, and that is an ingredient that breaks me out. It also has avocado oil in it, so it's just two ingredients that clog your pores, which is so unfortunate because I was actually really looking forward to testing out this powder. Then I saw the ingredient list and I was like, man. But I had so many requests on if I like the formula or not, and not everybody's allergic to or has acne prone skin or sensitive skin or actually allergic to coconut derivatives. So I wanted to make sure to review the actual formula for you guys. So I am gonna test this with the sponge that it comes with first. And I do really like this sponge. It's really cute. I like that it has like this little envelope area to put your finger in. That's cute. I think the Hourglass one had that as well. And it's nice that it's talc free for some of you out there. So we'll try with the sponge on my forehead area. I just have foundation on because I'm testing out this MAC foundation, and my Hourglass concealer because I can't use the Hy-Glam concealer as already mentioned, and I have my Armani contour on. So let's try this on the forehead first. I have not tried this powder out because I am literally just doing this for you guys because I was asked to review this and see what my thoughts are on it. And so this is first impression. So I have no idea how this powder is, and that looks really nice and smooth up there. This is nice for on the go. It's not personally something I would apply with. I like a puff for me that I get the best coverage with my Makeup Forever 100 millimeter puff. We're not gonna use my normal puff. We're just gonna use this little cheap one from Amazon because I don't want this on my normal stuff. All right, let's try this out. We're gonna puff. This is very yellow. Very yellow, this N3. For being a neutral, it is very yellow. You might, if you feel like you're around my skin tone but you don't like yellow, you might want to try a cool shade because neutral feels like it's leaning very, very yellow. It's very smoothing though. I will say that it is playing very nicely. Wow, it is really nice. It's too bad. I wish she wouldn't have put capric in there because some of you cannot use it because you're absolutely allergic to capric caprylic or any type of coconut derivatives. And there's avocado in there, avocado oil as well, that clogs your pores. So that obviously did not work out for me. Again, there are so many other powders that I personally love. Like nothing compares to Chantecaille. Like I would rather pay the extra money and get a better powder that actually blurs my skin, doesn't have any pore clogging ingredients, and I just think is a much better formula. Or even you get just as much pigment from the Charlotte Tilbury. I think you get even better pigment from the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. And again, this is just my personal opinion, and you guys can take it or leave it. There's other people that really love the powder, so you know, you have to try it out for yourself. Never just take my word for it. Try it if it's something that you really, really wanted to try and you don't have any issues with coconut derivatives or avocado oil. I don't have any problem with talc. I mean, I know there's a lot. I know Jessa doesn't like talc in her products. There's a lot of people that don't. And just like I don't like coconut oil, some people don't like talc in their product. But we all have our ingredients that we like to stay away from, and that's just, for me, it's always going to be capric caprylic. My skin cleared up dramatically after I stopped using that ingredient. I still love Natasha Denona. It has nothing to do with that. Next product I picked up was the new Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint, and these retail for $39 US, and it's available in 6 shades. I went with the shade 31 Vivid Coral, and that is a gorgeous bright coral that is really pretty for the summertime. It's going to look gorgeous with bronze looks. This is not for my girls that want that real punchy blush look. I'm just gonna put it that way, but it is gorgeous. It's a lightweight liquid blush that really melts into the skin to kind of give you that luminous flush of color for that glowing makeup look. This is supposed to last up to 12 hours, and it is more of a natural finish. It's a hydrating cheek tint that is made with their microfill technology to allow it to blend seamlessly into your skin without looking patchy. And I have to
to say this product is very, very good at it. It's a buildable formula that can create a healthy looking flush, but you can also get more of that sun-kissed look. I'll let you guys take a peek at the ingredient list. I was really happy there was no coconut oil in this because sometimes they do tend to put that in their products, and I was so happy when I read that there was no coconut oil in there, and I'll show you guys how that one applied.
All right, let's jump into the application process. So all I have on is my Maybelline Skin Tint and my Armani Neo Nude and Warm Brown 21 and the contour, and that's all I have in the Hourglass concealer. I didn't set down my makeup yet, so this is what the bottle looks like. It's definitely more orange than I wanted. I was hoping for more of a coral approach, but I am gonna do this off the back of my hand just because you guys know I don't really like going directly to the face. I don't think that's the best way to apply. I'm gonna take my Smashbox cheek brush. I'm just gonna kind of flatten it out, and I'm just gonna kind of mix the product into the, mesh it in, and this, make sure that the bristles are evenly distributed so you don't get any type of patchiness. Then I'm just gonna build that up on the cheeks. Very pretty, very soft, very subtle, nothing too aggressive. With that application though, I'm not really seeing anything shoot. All right, let's try it on the, directly to the cheek, and we'll see if this disturbs anything. I'm gonna reapply some of it there because I'm not getting anything off of that, so. It's definitely more of a natural blush, but a nice buildable formula, which I like. Okay, yeah, that was actually better, and it didn't really disrupt anything from the doe foot, so that was good. Yeah, it's pretty. It's more natural. You're not going to get that punch. Like, I love, this is my favorite Armani blush ever made, and my favorite cream to powder, because it's a cream to powder formula, so you're getting a little bit more pop out of this. I'll show you guys the difference. Just because I think it's, even though I'm going over this, you're gonna see much more of a pop on this. And this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy 1.0 brush. See how that just gives you that automatic pump? I can't speak today. Automatic pop. I had to take off my makeup because I had this horrible reaction on my face, and I had to go for a break without makeup for a while, and it finally calmed down. I was testing out a MAC foundation, so I'm all flustered right now, but I need to get these filmed for you guys. See, I like this much better. So if you can get your hands on these, they're still available on the website. This color is shade, I'll put the number right there. I can never remember the number, but this is my favorite one, but I have all of them. They all work beautifully, but it's just gonna give you more pop than this would. So if you're not a blush girl and you like more of a natural look, you'll really love this formula. If you're like me and you really like more of a punch, just a little bit, not too much, but more of a buildable punch, it just looks, this looks aggressive right now because I have this underneath it. But if you do it underneath a powder, that's gonna give it more punch as well. I just wanted to show you guys the difference. And then I'm just gonna take my sponge and see, I can tame that out with the sponge. I haven't done my powder yet. And by the time my powder goes on, you really won't see it. So that will be nice. All right, let's take my one size powder, and we're gonna take my Sephora puff, and we're gonna set down the under eyes, and I'll show you guys how that's gonna kind of start to see how that just toned it down, where it's not too aggressive. And then you can set it down. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with this. You can kind of tailor it to how you wanna do it. The best thing about this is you can go over powder. I wouldn't go over powder with this one. That wouldn't be good unless you do it off the back of your hand like I did. That would be the only way, but I still wouldn't. I would still stay away from that. Try to do it before your powder, but it looks really pretty. Really beautiful flush to the skin. It just, I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but I know there's a blush out there for everybody, a liquid blush especially, and it's very tailored to your own preferences, so keep that in mind. But let's talk about this other new release. So I briefly talked about it in the last video on the Tear Cushion Foundation, but I am obsessed with these new Danessa Myricks Lowlighters. These are incredible. I wasn't sure if I was really gonna like this formula. I love the Yummy blush. Oh my gosh, I love the blush so much. And I do have a video on the full review of that, as well as the original blurring powder, and all the explanation of Upsolite, but what Upsolite does is it just creates, it soaks up the oil. It's the most incredible ingredient out there, especially for my oily skin girlies. And this has that infused in it. And just like the Groundwork palette, I just bought another Groundwork palette because I go through it so much, but I love these Lowlighters. So I already applied this one and I'll show you guys that in just a second. But today we're gonna test out this new one I got called Low Key. But let's touch on those details really quick. So this retails for $25 US. You get 6 grams of product and 0.21 ounces. So you get about $4.17 per gram. It's the same amount that you do in the blush. It's gonna take you a long time to get through this. It's so incredible. That formula is really, really good. This is available in 4 shades. And the first shade I picked up was called Unbothered. And that is a really beautiful baby pink. That's probably the lightest shade that she has available. And that is more of a mauve pink gold. Oh, it's so, so pretty. One thing I would hope from Danessa Myricks to see in the future is a shade a little bit lighter for my fair skin girls. I would just love to see her kind of increase that on the fair end side, just a little bit more on, especially for these type of products. I don't feel like there was one inclusive to a very, very fair skin girl. If you really wanted it to look like a highlighter. Now this looks like a highlighter on my skin, the Unbothered, but anybody lighter than me, it's not gonna look, it's gonna look more like a blush topper, just so you guys know that. Just be aware of that. And then I'll show you guys what Unbothered looks like again from the Tear Cushion Foundation review. That's the B-roll from that video and what that looked like. And it is so, so beautiful. And then the other shade is called Low Key, and that's a peachy gold. Now this shade didn't show up as much as a highlighter on me. This showed up more as a blush topper. It wasn't light enough. I was hoping it was a little bit lighter. That's the only thing that I would change about this product, but it is really, really neat. And this is a new generation of tinted light reflecting balm to powder skin transforming illuminators that are supposed to add this soft lit from within glow all over the face. You can use this on your eyes, cheek, face, wherever you want to use it. And again, the highlighted ingredient is the Upsolite technology, which is absorbing excess oil and sweat and really creating that blurred effect on your skin. Let's take a look at that swatch one more time. And if you're any lighter than me, this is going to be more of like a highlighted blush look on you. I'm taking it onto my Yummy 1.0 brush. I love this as a blush brush, especially for cream products. I just picked up a couple more in her 30% off Memorial Day sale, and I did let you guys know that in the community tab, so make sure you have your notification bell because I always let you guys know of the deals that go on. But this is a really beautiful, you can see right there, it's so pretty on the skin. Now we're taking Peach Bellini from the Yummy Skin Blush Collection. Going back in with Low Key in the same brush, just kind of taking that. I'm gonna kind of blend that together because it's more like a blush topper. Do you guys see how pretty that is? Oh, that is really beautiful. That's a good combination right there. So I love them both. They're really, really pretty. Either one, you can't go wrong. That formula is so good, and especially if you have oily skin, because this is gonna really soak up those oils with the Upsolite technology. It basically blurs out the skin as well, and it's going to last all day. These blushes last all day through humidity, through sweat. I mean, I have done a 5-mile run in this and really bad humidity, and it wore really, really nicely. I'm gonna take a little bit of my powder from Sweet Beauty, the Miracle Powder. I'm still absolutely loving this stuff. I already mentioned it to you guys several times now. I'm obsessed with this powder, and it just kind of blurs things out even more and just kind of make sure that things are not too aggressive when I go outside. So love this stuff so, so much. Now I'm taking a little bit of Joy. I don't think I've applied this on camera before. I'm not positive if I have or not. So I'm gonna take that onto this Rougher number 37 brush, and this is just a really pretty blush topper, and this is gonna kind of just set down, not that you need to with the Danessa Myricks, but it just looks so pretty together. Look at that. It just gives that like sun-kissed glow. This brush might have been a little too aggressive. I like this one better. This brush is much better for applying. This is from What's Up Beauty. Bring that down a little bit more. Going in with the Danessa Myricks highlighter palette in the shade Common Sense, just to give a little bit more glow to the skin, because why not? What? Oh, that's so pretty. All right, guys, so this is another product that I've been loving, and this just launched from Surratt, and these are their new Artisque liquid highlighters. I love the Artisque liquid blushes. You can see that in my full review of Surratt products, but these highlighters are so, so beautiful. It's available in 3 shades, and this retails for $54. I'm not gonna go too much into the details. There's not a whole lot of ingredients in this product, but this is a really beautiful way to get such a gorgeous, luminous look to the skin, inspired by their top selling liquid blushes. This creamy, luminous formula adds and brightens and amplifies your skin's radiance. You can mix it in with your foundations. You can use this on top of your foundation. I wouldn't do it over powder. I would make sure to do this underneath your powders, but these shades are so pretty. And the darkest one looks really pretty on the chest area. Like if you want more of a bronzed look there, these long wearing, glimmering liquids can be worn as a way to give yourself some color, like I said, with the bronzing effect, or paired with a blush for more of that highlighted, radiant look. So the first shade is called Lame, and I love this shade. I applied it in the Tear Cushion Foundation. I showed you guys a little bit of footage on that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's a champagne gold. That is such a gorgeous shade. And you just twist up the top of those, and it just is that formula that just glides onto your skin. It's so incredibly beautiful. The next shade is called Frou Frou, and that's an opalescent pink. That is such a pretty shade. That's gonna look so good with any type of pink purple look. Oh, it's so pretty. And then the third shade is for my medium to tan to darker skin tones, and that one's called Chichi. I love that. In Mexican culture, chichis are your boobies. And my mom used to say your chichis. And that is a rose gold. And again, that one looks really beautiful on the chest area. Obviously, it's a little too dark for me to use as a highlighter, but it is so, so pretty. I wanted to show you guys the shade for my girlies that are darker skin tone than I am, but really gorgeous formula. As always, Surratt just puts out the most exquisite, luxurious formulas. And you can use this with your fingertips. You can use this with a brush. You can apply this with a sponge, however you want to apply it. I love applying it with my Surratt. This is actually their Artisque foundation brush, but it's such a soft brush, but dense enough to apply that, and it just looks so pretty. I'm going to show you guys what Frou Frou kind of looks like. So this is what it looks like on the skin. I mean, can we just talk about that? Even though I have powder on, let's test this out. Why not YOLO? And I'm just gonna put that onto the brush, and that's how I do it. And then look at that. I mean, even over my powder, it's not lifting the product at all. It's really pretty. As long as you just don't go directly to the face, just don't do that. But if you just do that, I'm gonna equal out the sides though. And then I'm just gonna pop that. Look at that. Oh. These are fantastico. If you love Surratt as much as I do, we have some Anne loves Surratt. You can always use my code Kristi15, take 15% off. I have the direct link in my description. It's also always on my website and my Shop My link, but that is so pretty. I love this brush. I love it so, so, so much. It's a good foundation brush as well, but I love applying liquid highlighters with that blush. But do you see how pretty it is? And you can just take it on your finger and do it that way. And then the darker one, you can just use like on your chest area. Where is my darker one? You can put it on your collarbones, your shoulders, however you want to do it. That is a beautiful shade for if you're my skin tone, but really pretty if you're dark skin tone to put it on your cheekbones. And you can even use this one as like a blush topper. Like Chichi would look good even over this peach blush, because I have the Surratt Parfait blush over. So I used, obviously I showed you guys, I used the Bellini from Danessa Myricks, and then I used this one. But you can use, I could have not done Parfait, but I wanted to tie in a little bit of coral. Another shade I love, and you guys know this is, I have so many of these. These are from Amazon, by the way. I collect these. I just bought a new one. I don't know where it's at, but I just bought a new one. But you can use this color right here. When I wear this color, although it looks orange, and I'll show you guys natural daylight, although it looks orange, that's probably the most complimented besides pink on me that I get. This color is insane. This is cantaloupe, and that would look really pretty with Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi and cantaloupe. My cantaloupes with the chichis. I know, I'm a weirdo. Anyway, this is cantaloupe. I'll show you guys in studio. This is my Surratt cheek brush. You guys know I'm obsessed with this blush brush. Do we see this? Do we see this? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Love this so much. I love this one and Parfait. I got to put Parfait back in there though. I was taking it on the go with me the other day, so I put it back into the container that it comes in. Okay, let me show you what Chi-Chi would look over that, just so you guys can see, because it's so pretty. Why not? YOLO. I'm gonna do this one with my finger actually, just to show you different applications. So what I like to do is kind of dry it out in my hand, especially if I have powder on, and then I can go over it like that. And this way you never disrupt your makeup and you don't really need an applicator. Do we see that? Do we see how pretty that is? Chi-Chi looks good on me too. I just want to keep saying that because I love the word Chi-Chi. You know, Chi-Chi and chonies. If you're Mexican, you know those words.
Listen to me.
All right, you guys, that's it. I just wanted to give you guys my glam score. I hope you enjoyed these speed reviews. I'm kind of trying to be quicker about things, but I wanted to let you guys know what my thoughts were on some of those products before we jump into some of the newer products, because I am ordering the new Natasha Denona palette that's arriving soon. I'm so excited. So stay tuned for all that fun stuff. If you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, you guys. You don't know how much it means to me when you hit that like button. It really does help push my videos up through the algorithm. And I get a lot of views sometimes, but with not a lot of likes. So I'm just like, maybe people don't like my videos. But if you forget, please remember to hit that like button. And if you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button. Click the post notification bell. Join our beautiful glam fam. We're here every week, and we just love for you to become part of our family. I do upload shorts weekly, so Monday through Wednesday typically, and I'm also on Instagram, so follow me over there, and TikTok. I'd love for you to check out my website, KristiAllure.com. It's my blog, has all the affiliate links on there, and be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.